Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Three new stories fighting on Tigray Amhara border. 48 hours ago, heavy fighting erupted in a border area. Amhara groups don't recognize this border, by the way. And the fighting erupted after Fano fighters attacked a town where there was deployment of the Ethiopian military reportedly. Secondly, viewers, Somalia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, State Minister of Foreign Affairs, yesterday talked about the location of the port which Ethiopia might gain access to in Somalia. Interesting information shared by Adil Umar. Will Ethiopia agree with this proposal by Somalia? Thirdly, viewers, Lidetu Ayalew, Ethiopian politician, went into exile a few years ago. He went abroad for treatment, for to seek medical assistance abroad. Is he returning to Ethiopia? And can he play any important role in Ethiopian politics? And if any politicians now decides to return to Ethiopia, shouldn't we appreciate him and call his decision a big and brave decision? Let's start, viewers. Firstly, fighting on Tigray Amhara border confirmed it erupted on Sunday night. It happened in Raya Alamata. Raya Alamata has changed hands several times in the last 3 to 4 years. During 2 year long Tigray war too, it remained under the control of Tigray fighters, Fano fighters. Ultimately, last year, Tigray fighters retook, largely retook control of Raya Alamata. Amhara forces, Amhara Fano withdrew from Raya Alamata. Gradually, Tigrayan administration is being set up in southern Tigray, Raya Alamata. Amhara administration in the area was dismantled. Fano fighters are operating in Wollo, but they did not try to attack Tigray fighters in the Alamada. They did not want to open a new front. They say they are focused on Addis. They don't want to fight on multiple fronts. They don't want to start a war against Tigray fighters. But they have their claims to Alamada. On Sunday night, Fano fighters carried out an attack in Vaja town. Vaja is right on Tigray Amhara border, on Raya Lamata, on southern Tigray Wollo border, you can say. Mere Wodajo led Wollo Fano carried out this attack. Target. What was the target? Did Wollo Fano target Tigray fighters or the Ethiopian National Defense Force? Well, reportedly, the Fano fighters targeted Ethiopian National Defense Force. The attack was not against Tigray fighters. As I said earlier, Fano fighters don't want to pick up a fight with Tigray fighters at this point of time. Republican guards are deployed in Vaja reportedly, and Fano fighters targeted Republican guards. How many were injured and killed, we don't know, but because military does not acknowledge losses, it does not issue statements when its people die, its people are taken prisoner too, it does not say a word. It does not say a word. Fano, Mere Vodajo Fano group claims that over 10 Republican guards were killed in this attack. What confirmation is awaited? Only confirmation is that fighting did erupt there because locals have confirmed there from the area that on Sunday night, sounds of gunshots were heard for several hours. It went on almost all night. Timoga was involved too. From Timoga, reinforcements were sent to Vaja reportedly. Fano fighters managed to enter Vaja reportedly because Republican guards were inside Vaja town. So fighting was not outside or in the outskirts of Vaja. Fighting was right in Vaja town, and military reportedly, Republican guards, they had to retreat towards Timoga. Fano fighters retreated from Vaja reportedly. Again, fighting was between Fano and military. Tigray fighters were not involved. This is what I have learned. Secondly, viewers, Lidetu Ayalew, is he returning home? I contacted him, by the way, because some sources are reporting that Lidetu has decided to return. I have contacted him. I'm waiting for confirmation. I think we should get confirmation from the source directly. So I'll confirm once I get reply, once I receive reply from Lidetu. Lidetu is one of those Ethiopian politicians who showed some principles. He founded Ethiopian Democratic Party. Twice he served as chairman. According to party constitution, a chairman can serve only 2 consecutive terms. After serving 2 consecutive terms, he just withdrew from the party's presidency. That is what I'm saying, that he showed respect for party constitution. Secondly, I think Lidetu believes in peaceful struggle, peaceful political struggle. He's a politician. And for years, he waged political struggle against Meles Zenawi. Some people called him a pain in the side of Meles Zenawi. Others say that he was in secret alliance with Meles Zenawi. Whatever the case was, but he led peaceful political opposition in Ethiopia. During EPRDF's hard times, EPRDF definitely was not soft on opposition. When PMAB came to power, he worked with the government too, with Prosperity Party, with PMAB's government too. He worked as an advisor to the Prime Minister of Ethiopia on economy, on privatization, if I'm not wrong. Later, I think differences emerged. Lidetu is from the Amhara region, I think. Later, differences emerged and he decided to go abroad. He was not allowed to leave Ethiopia. And he said that he wanted to seek medical assistance abroad. At least he managed to leave Ethiopia. Basically, he went into exile. He has been abroad since then. For the last few years, he has been abroad. Will he return to Ethiopia? Some sources are reporting that he has decided to return to Ethiopia. Well, if any politician, opposition politicians, now at this point of time announces to return to Ethiopia, it would be a big decision. Big, bold, and brave decision. I always praise Skandar Naga, if you remember. If I praise someone, I don't hide it. I shouldn't hide it. I don't agree with what he's doing, but the decision he made to return to Ethiopia from the US was a big decision. He was warned while he was in the US that he should not come to Ethiopia, that he will be punished. He came back After his release, he went to the US, his family based there, and he was told to consider, he was told that he shouldn't return to Ethiopia. He returned. And then he just left Balderas and he joined Fano. It's not that I back his activities as a Fano commander, as a Fano fighter. No. I'm only saying is that in the face of opposition, in the face of threats, he decided to return to Ethiopia. Yes, we might disagree with his way of struggle, with his strategy adopted for change, but the decision was brave. Lidetu, if he returns now, will definitely be appreciated, because hard times ahead and hard times ongoing for Ethiopian opposition, political parties, politicians. If he returns and returns with a program, with an agenda to work as a politician, to activate his people, to mobilize his people, then it would be a big decision. Will he be allowed to return to Ethiopia? Will he return? Does he have a plan? Does he have the following too, by the way? He's from Amhara. Where is his support base? Amhara, or obviously he needs to have some sort of support base in a region. From there he can expand. We'll have to wait, I think. But these opposition politicians, I've been saying they should not let the next election be a duel between Jawar and Abiy. Lidetu, other politicians, they should start now. Nothing wrong with peaceful political struggle. This is their right. But yes, this struggle could take them to prison. That is what they should be ready for if they're leaders. And I think if Lidetu returns to Ethiopia before Jawar, it will be a big decision. Ethiopia needs politicians who can start peaceful opposition politics so that the next election could be transparent. Otherwise, this government of PM Abiy won't let opposition groups to organize themselves. Ethiopian PM would like the type of election which it held in 2021, where Abiy almost ran unopposed. This is the time for these politicians to join hands, to return to the country, to risk their lives, and to lead their people. If they're leaders, if they're social media activists, then they should just continue tweeting, sharing videos, and messaging, etc. Lastly, viewers, Somalia talked about the type of sea access which it will give to Ethiopia. We know that after February, before the end of February, Ethiopia-Somalia technical talks are going to start. And at the talks, it will be finalized where Ethiopia will gain access to sea in Somalia. Adil Ali Omar is Ali Balad is Ethiopian, is Somalia State Minister for Foreign Affairs. And in a Twitter space yesterday, he talked about Gulf of Aden. He said he ruled out the possibility of Ethiopia gaining access to sea through Somalia towards Gulf of Aden. Ethiopia won't have sea access there in the direction of Gulf of Aden. Why? Because maybe Egypt and Eritrea, they don't want Ethiopian presence close to Gulf of Aden, which is definitely a gateway to the Red Sea. Egypt will have its concerns to Eritrea maybe as well. Somalia's government is considering allowing Ethiopia to use a port somewhere on the side of Indian Ocean. And the ports there will be offered, like Hobyo. Hobyo is, I think, on Indian Ocean side. Other such ports could also be offered, but no port on the side of Gulf of Aden will be offered by Somalia to Ethiopia. Somaliland's Berbera port is on the side of Gulf of Aden. Ethiopia can use that, but Ethiopia, Somaliland, MOU has been frozen. Don't know will it be reactivated or not. And now, I think if MOU is not implemented, Ethiopia can use Berbera the way it has been using Djibouti's ports. Ethiopia wants more than that. It wants full control on a port. Perhaps Berbera now cannot be used by Ethiopia because MOU is not going to be implemented. Ethiopia will have to rely on the port which Somalia is going to offer to it. In Somalia, the Adil Umar, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, made it clear that the port which Ethiopia will be offered won't be close to Gulf of Aden. This is definitely due to pressure from Egypt and Eritrea. Let's see what Ethiopia does. I think Hobyo port is not an attractive offer for Ethiopia, especially if Ethiopia military is not allowed to be deployed to protect the port and to protect the route from Ethiopia to the port. We'll see after a month in technical talks what the two countries agree on.
inay Ethiopiaanka gaaraan suurtagal waay.
horta Soomaaliya badda cas wax xuduuda lama laha marka jugraafi ahaan loo hadlo badda cas waxay ka bilaabataa Baabilmandab oo Djibouti ah Soomaaliya
juqraafiyan intaan ku dheeraanin gacanka
Soomaaliya gacanka Carbeed ayay leedahay gacanka Carbeedna deked aad u weyn yaa ku taalo la yiraahdo Berbera oo aan weli aad loo isticmaalin marka guddiga farsamada isugu yimaadaan waxay fiirin doonaan viability-ga iyo mataqaana ii sheeg technical ahaan iyo economic ahaan iyo mataqaana meelahaas leenahay way ku habboon yihiin marka hadda ma doono inaan ka hor dhaca laakiin qorshaha nooguma jirto gacanka Carbeed
aad ay u caddahay waxaan siinaynaa